Barry, somehow we've had 10 games in 5.5 weeks since Gateshead. How do you assess those 10 games?
Well, we always knew it was going to be a tough opening start to the season. I think we've come through it relatively well, and I think we can see a progression in performances. 3 wins out of the last 4 definitely shows that we're heading in the right direction.
Would you have taken this position against Gateshead, or there were some key moments where maybe you feel we could be further ahead?
You always want to do better. You look at the Eastleigh game where we think we should take a point, if not more. The opening game of the season where we're disappointed not to take 3. So we obviously think we could have done better, but as a new team and a young team, we're happy with where we are at the moment, but we also want to progress again.
And now we go into a period of another 2 games in 4 days, 2 big away games, round trips of nearly 1,100 miles. It's important for the preparation to be right, for the players to look after their bodies when you're spending probably nearly 24 hours in that period sat on a coach.
Yeah, well, we know we've got good professionals here at the club that look after themselves, not only when they're here but away from the park as well. So, we'll look after them as much as possible in terms of their training and what we do with them. But the responsibility is also on them to look after themselves away from the park. But I've no doubts that they'll do that anyway.
And you mentioned it on Tuesday night. It's a heck of a big ask for not just for the players but for the supporters going up there, and those that do make it to Barrow and Tranmere, the players and yourself will really appreciate it as ever.
Yeah, I think everyone at the club appreciates the fans travelling the distances that they are, given the short space of time. We understand the cost that involved. As I've said before, I think it's crazy to ask our fans to be doing that travel in 3 games, in the space of 10 days, to the distance, not just for safety reasons, but also for the cost that the fans are putting out, to go to these games. So we will be fully appreciative if the fans travel up, but also understand, if they decide not to because of the cost and the distance. But if they do turn up, it'll be brilliant, because the players do really appreciate it when they do turn up and give them the vocal support that they always give them. Regardless
of the distance, though, Barrow away is going to be a tough proposition. I think they've won 4 and drawn 1 of their home games so far. Their away form has been poor, but at home they seem to be making it a real fortress.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult place. I think it's a mentality to go there and play, and we have to show the right mentality to go up there, deal with everything that's thrown at us. But as you say, they've got a very good home record, so it'll be a tough game. But we have to match them and hopefully come back down the road with a result.
I think their last 3 home wins have been 1-0. They've only conceded 2 goals in their 5 home games. That suggests that they keep it very tight, but they tend to come out on top in those tight games.
Yeah, as I say, we've got to match that. I think we showed today. I think the average age on Tuesday, the defence was 21. I think if I'm right there, but they showed maturity on Tuesday. We need more of that on Saturday at Barrow, because it will be a difficult game. We've got experienced players, but if we defend as well as we did on Tuesday, then we'll give ourselves every chance to come back down the road with 3 points.
And you say that the average age of the defence, young, Nick Anderton slotting in on loan, but Omar Beckles and Jack Saville never played as a centre-half partnership before, but they were really strong and really solid.
Yeah, I think the defence won the game in Tuesday. For as much as we played relatively well, we know we can play better, but the defence stood strong under a lot of pressure, especially in the first half. And I think overall the average age is 23, and it's a young team. And for them, we're not going to get consistency all the time, but when we're not playing well, we pick up 3 points, and that's the sign of, hopefully that's a sign of good things to come.
And there is real competition around the squad. Dan Walker and Charlie Harris have impressed in recent weeks, but they could only find a place on the bench on Tuesday. That even if you're playing well, you're still fighting for your place.
Yeah, but I think that's good. Everybody's kept on their toes, knowing that there's players that are on the bench at the moment that can come in and equally do as well as them, if not better. And I think that's why, if I point out the strikers, You know, we've got Barnes Homer and Dan Walker who are capable of filling their shoes, but the pressure for the strikers is to keep scoring goals, and they're dwelling there, they're reacting to that in the right way, in the right manner, and they're keeping themselves getting in goal scoring opportunities, they're keeping themselves scoring goals, and that's why they're in the team at the moment. But they know that the reason for that is that they're under pressure to do that, and that's good competition.
And finally, Sam Hatton is back to fitness. Brilliant news. You've now got players coming back, Damon Lefort back as well. Is Phil Smith hopeful of being involved sooner rather than later? Because you've now got, with bringing in Andrew Dorby, you've now got 3 quality goalkeepers fighting for a starting chair.
Yeah, as I say, competition's good. Phil has actually responded very well to treatment. So we'll just have to keep a look, but he's responded far better than what we expected. We obviously want Phil to be involved, but he knows that there's competition there because Dan Thomas has done well in the 2 games that he's come in. We're not going to rush Phil, but when he's fit, he's fit.
But being able to bring in someone like Andrew from Fulham is a real boon to have that quality on the bench. Yeah,
he's played a few games with Accrington when he was younger in League 2. He's got good quality. Fulham have obviously signed him for a reason. They think he's a good keeper. Fulham have been very good to us in allowing Andrew to come here. So it's good competition. And to be able to get someone with the quality of Andrew in is definitely beneficial to the whole club.
Okay, lovely.